everyone, welcome back. Today is day 7 of the 13 Frights before Halloween. We've gotten a lot done on this big folio album. Of course, we've patterned the outside and the spines. We've got the belly band ribbon pages here. We've got our, whoops, so big I can't open it. We've got our transparent pocket here on the side, our waterfalls, our spine. We did yesterday, we did this hidden page section. Of course, we've got our triple pockets here on the right. So where are we at now? We're going to be making pages today and tomorrow. We're going to put the pages on for the left side here today, and then we'll do the pages for the right side tomorrow. We're going to have shorter session days, and I will try to find some little projects to throw in there, bonus projects. So we're going to cut the pages for both sides today and score them, but we're just going to put them into the left side here, and then tomorrow we'll do the right side. And so today's day 7, and that's day 8. And then for day 9, October the 26th, we're going to make the slider piece for here. And on the 27th, day 10, I think I will do show you how to make a slider element like I did for the other album for the Master Detective, but I'm not sure yet if I'll be using it on this book or not. But I'm going to show you how to do one. Whoops, the book hit my mouse, which turned the camera off for a moment. So today we're only going to put the pages in on the left side. So let's get that cardstock cut and scored. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make all of them for both the left 1-inch spine and the right 1-inch spine, and then we'll set them aside and we'll put the right ones in tomorrow. But get your scoreboard and your scoring tool. Hopefully I put mine up. I sure did. Thank goodness. My tools all need cleaning. They're getting so dirty. Okay. You're going to need 4 9 1/4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to score the 9 1/4 side. Yeah, 9 1/4 side. I had to think a minute. At a 1/2 inch. These are going to make our half pages. So you score both of these the same. So you use 2 for the 1-inch spine on the left and 2 for the 1-inch spine on the right. So we're going to go ahead and score those today since we have the scoreboard out. So we have 1/2 inch on your 9 1/4 side and a 1/2 inch on this one. So that's for the right side of tomorrow. Then you cut 4 9 1/4 by 10 1/2. And we're going to score the 9 1/4 side on all 4 of them. Is that right? 9 1/4. Did I cut this right? They don't look right. Yeah, they're 9 1/4. This thing throws me off. There they go. 9 1/4 at a 1/2 inch. So these are full pages again. A little bit different size. So 1 will be 2 for the right 1-inch spine, and then 2 for our left 1-inch spine. Okay, so we have that all done, and for now that's all the scoring we need, so we can put this away and then get ready to pick out our pattern papers. So this set I'm going to put up. This will be for tomorrow. Today we're working on just 2 of the bigger pieces and the 2 half-page pieces. And then I'm going to lay these out and look on one to make sure I don't need to trim, because I think they're going to work out okay. These are half pages, so they open like that. Okay, so let's get our pattern paper and we'll get that cut. I have my pattern papers cut, and for the left side, we're only doing the left side 1-inch section only. So you need 4 8 5/8 wide by 5 1/8 tall, and then you're going to need 4 8 5/8 wide by the 10 3/8 tall. So I'm using 2 of these spider webs, 2 of the purple lettering. 2 of this one with There's Magic in the Air, Trick or Treat. Except I cut it so that, let's see. Cut it so that it's split like that. Yeah. Okay. Because I want to kind of match up where it's lined up. And then I used 2 of these with the orange, the witch and the orange and everything. So I love those. Inked all those up. And now we're going to do our assembly of our pages before we put the pattern paper on. Because in the 1-inch section, this is really important to do it this way. I should have done it in the other one, the hidden pages, but it worked out okay the way I did it. So first, go ahead and fold and burnish all the score lines on your 1/2-inch attachment tabs. And again, I like to score them back and forth to kind of get a good training of that page, because this is your actual hinge of these pages. I'm just going to score it back and forth. You have 2 of the big ones and 2 of the 1/2-page ones. So these build right on top of each other outside of the book, and then just the whole unit goes into the 1-inch section. So I start out with 1 full page on the back, and I want my hinge, 1/2-inch hinge part, this right here, folded under. Okay, this is what will attach into the 1-inch spine. Then I take my 1/2 ones and I'm going to attach them to the top of this page. So grab my glue, and I'm going to put, with my hinge folded in the back, see it folded back, put glue on that 1/2-inch section of that tab on the fold hinge side of this page. I'm going to line this up right against the fold line and right along the bottom of my page, and they should match up right here. Make sure that it is straight on the bottom and straight on the edge, and burnish. Okay, so that when you open it up, you have a 1/2 page here. Okay, now I'm going to glue this one on as well. And then the hinge of the other one we're going to do, I have to do a little adjustment on the front page. So this, you line up to the hinge side. Make sure it's straight at the top. Make sure they're all lined up. Let me turn it sideways so I can see it a little better, or turn it upside down rather. Line it up on the hinge side. Okay, and then right here. So that should be pretty good. So this opens up this way, and this one opens up this way. I'm going to burnish that on the inside. Now, to make these operational correctly, when we glue this one down, it's going to need to have a split in its hinge. So I just take my pencil, and I'm going to lay this, line this up. So we have them even at the bottom and the top. And where the split is, I'm just going to mark me a line on just the 1/2-inch hinge right there. Take my scissors and just make a cut so that these pages, because this is going to be sitting on it, and you can cut out, just trim out just a little bit more if you think you might need it. I'm going to go ahead on each side of my pencil line. Okay, make sure there's nothing hindering it. And now, because this is a full page, now on the back side of that hinge, we have it 1/2 and 1/2. We're going to put glue on both. With it folded back like this. And then we're going to attach it down, line it up with the folds, making sure at the top and the bottom as close to the fold as you could get, right on it, and square it up top and bottom. Okay, burnish that. Check it on the inside, and you see where we cut that does not hinder now that half page. Now we can add our pattern papers. We still have this flap on the back. Make sure to burnish this really well. And mine's off just a smidge, but not much. Could have been my cutting. And if I need to, I just kind of make an adjustment right there, just a hair off. Okay, so now our pattern papers. So I want on the front, make sure your hinge is on the back side. So I want this spider web here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Okay, line this up. Burnish that. For my big scraper, and it really needs cleaned off. Boy, I can tell when I have lots of glue on my hands. Okay, so then we flip it over because I want the spider on the spider webs. I hope I didn't do those upside down. I didn't, thank goodness. All right, I want this one on the back to match it up. So I'm putting the same on the front and the back. Of course, you can mix it up if you want to. And make sure my spiders are directional correct. And burnish. So this is like making a booklet of sorts that's going to go in. And then we open it up. And I'm going to put the wording ones here on the inside, full size. I haven't used these little guys yet. If I have enough, I'll use them on the other 1-inch section. They're cute, but maybe I haven't used them because they're little fairy gnomes. I'm not into gnomes very much. I'm more into the more Halloween, especially for Halloween. I don't even do gnomes for fall or Christmas. They just don't. I'm just not a gnome person. I guess I don't do garden gnomes or anything. So I'm burnish that. So that's on the inside, and I open the half ones, and then I match it here on the inside. And that goes over those hinge, that one hinge there. So let's get the glue here. And of course, once you know how to do this, you could skip ahead and go ahead and do your next day. So I won't be doing it until tomorrow. The right 1-inch section, but it's done the same way. Then we pattern our half pages, and I'm going to put this one here. Make sure it lines up. This has magic in the air. It's got little fairies and things, but it's got the witches and the moon and the pumpkin, so I'm okay with this one. So we put the glue on it and match them up pretty well. This is the top one. You can tell how to, oops, I hope I didn't cut it crooked, how to match it up because of the pumpkins. Okay, so put this one on. Burnish. So you see here the split kind of splits the paper. So I cut it so that it would be a continuous here, but it is split. So then when you flip it over, you're going to add these. So I'm going to make sure I get my pieces lined up. This one goes on the top, and this one goes here because of the cape of the witch. So this one goes on the bottom. So for today's comment, if you're doing the comments, again, I'll be drawing from the comments for my videos during this 13 Frights before Halloween. And the comments have to be made between October 18th and October 30th, because the drawing will be on the 31st for some prizes from Creative Chaos by Sin. Today's question I'm going to ask, if you'll put it in the comments along with how you're doing on the project or how you're liking it so far in the bonus projects, is what paper, Halloween paper collection is your favorite this year? Which one are you, maybe what are you using on this project or going to use on this project if you're just watching? What Halloween collection are you using for your 13 Frights before Halloween project? So if you want to comment that, or if you haven't decided, just say, hey, I haven't decided yet. So that's okay. All right, so there's that. There's the patterned section that goes in. So let's grab the book. Some room here. We're putting it right here on this 1-inch spine between the transparent pocket and the waterfall. So you see this fits here. And then we're going to cover this section. So I'll have to find a scrap of paper to cover that with. So you want to make sure this lines up. Stay away from your fold just a tiny bit, maybe even 1/8 of an inch. So you're going to have a little black in there, and that's okay, but you want to line it up here and here. So I'm going to stand up, flip it over, put the glue on my 1/2 inch tab here. And then I'm going to stand up, and so I'm making sure I'm about 1/8 of an inch from the fold line, and I'm lining it up with the top here and the bottom. We're going to just burnish that down. And these are like stacked pages, so you carefully lift it up and burnish that 1/2 inch right there space. So now I'm going to find pattern paper that I want to use in here, and I'll use a scrap of that. For this piece right here, this spine section, I cut one out of this pattern, the black check. So this is 3/4 wide by 10 5/8 tall, and I'm just going to glue it right here in this, kind of line it up with the spine piece over here as far as how far off the edge I want to put it. So this is the one that I chose for this side, and I went ahead and cut one to match for the other side because I'm going to use the same pattern paper in the spine section for the 1-inch spine section. So this one goes right here, and it lines up kind of centered so it's not over any of the folds of the album. Make sure it's in nice and straight as I can, and burnish that. So that finishes that up nicely. So there we have these pages here, and as you see, these flip up like that. So that lays over there. Now if you wanted to wrap with ribbon and tie it closed, you can. That's a decorative option. It would be attached with some kind of cut apart or chipboard or something if you wanted to do that. So I'm going to leave that like that. So that's these pages. Add in bonus pages here in this section, and we'll have some in the other section as well right here, and we'll add those tomorrow for day 8. So thank you so much. I'm going to see what kind of little project maybe I can bonus project come up with for you. For today's 13 Frights Before Halloween bonus project, I'm going to show you how to make a treat pillow box, quick and easy, without any templates or patterns, and without a Cricut or SVG file or anything like that. It may not look exactly like the ones that you can make with the SVG file or pattern, but it's pretty darn close and it's really quick. You just need your chomper 1/2-inch corner rounder, some score tape, paper, decorations, whatever you want to put on it, some stickers. I've got stickers here that I'm going to be using, leftovers from a couple years ago, I think. This is Authentique's Twilight paper collection. So you start out, you can make it any size you want. I'm making mine for this finished size, which is about 2 3/4 wide by about, without counting the fold in there, about 5 inches tall. You could get quite a bit of little candies in there, little treats in this. So these are quick and easy to make. Cut you out a piece if you want this particular size that I made. I used one piece of paper that's 6 1/4 by 6 1/2. I'm going to put the bats on the outside. This has the dots with the spiders on the inside. So you take, I've already kind of curled it, but you're going to put tape on one edge, okay? Tape's easier because it's kind of hard to hold it down with the glue. I've made them with glue, and this is a little bit easier this way. So let's put a strip of tape on just one edge, okay? And then burnish that down so you can peel it off. Go ahead and peel that off. Whoops. You want to make sure you leave the tape. So peel the backing off, and then kind of, without pressing and folding, just curve it around and line up this other edge, cut edge, over the tape. That's why I'm using 1/4-inch tape. So just line it up over it as even as you can on the end, and just press it in. And you kind of put your fingers inside and burnish and press that tape down. So that's why it's easier than glue, so you can get that stuck down. Now if it's off a little bit, that's okay. I just take my scissors and kind of trim this up a little bit to make it even. No big deal, okay? So now we have this tube, kind of half flat tube. Now we're going to take our 1/2-inch corner chomper, and we're just going to press down here on the corner and insert that and punch. You don't want to flatten it. You don't want to get any fold line. You want to leave it rounded. You just want to press in enough with your thumb, open up your chomper, and round that corner. Okay? All 4. And that's that. Okay, so now we have rounded corners on it. Now all we have to do is on the bottom edge, I'm going to take some tape, again the 1/4-inch score tape, and you put it on both of them, but the front side, so this is the seam is your back side, so on your front side, reach in there and put a strip of tape along that edge. You have to use scissors, and just kind of press it in there, burnish that backing on. You're going to do the same on this side. So I'm just going to go ahead and tear it off. Reach in there and stick that down close to the edge as I can and burnish that. Okay, so that's the top. So we're not going to attach it just yet because I don't have what I want to go in, but the back side where the seam is, just go ahead and curve it in, okay? And then peel this off, the backing. This is going to seal it up. And press that into the other and attach them together. And that gives you that little bit of bowed look like this. So burnish it with my fingers like that. Okay, so there it is. There's that pillow on the bottom. See that? Now the top's the same way, except I'm not going to attach mine right now because I want to leave it so that I can put some goodies in it. But I am going to go ahead and get that shape in there and just fold it in. And there's that pillow shape right there. So it's nice and cushy and full, so you can fill it with some stuff. Now I'm going to take the other one. I used this twine, but I think for this one I just want to use the black and some stickers. So you find the end of my twine here, and I'm going to pull off a good amount because I'm going to double it. Okay, so I'm going to tie it in half. So I use probably a couple of yards or so. And at the loop, I'm going to tie a knot and trim that off. And the other end, make sure it's all together straight, and tie this one. And pull the knot and then trim that off. And then I'm going to lay this over it so that it's equal at the top. That's the part that has not been taped down yet. Right here. And I'm going to go ahead and tie it into a bow so that I can decorate the front and the back of my little treat pillow box. So I'll pull that. And we're not tying in a knot, we're just going to do it into a bow. Just like that. And then if it's too long on one end, we're going to tie the knot again. I always like to have more than I need, so I'm not able to tie it. So if it's too short, you're not able to tie it. So that's tied there. You know, you can hang little trinkets on the ends, cute little things. So I'm going to look at the stickers here. So this one I glued or taped on a square and then did the jack-o'-lanterns over it. So I'm going to look at this. See, I've got a witch and a circle, and on my front side I'm just going to stick that on there. If you want to add some glue to secure it, you can. Don't press too hard. You don't want to flatten out your pillow box. So do that like that. And then on the back side, we have, I have this scary one. I'm going to use this just to hold my strings on. And it's as simple as that. You don't have to do any more decorating if you don't want to. But like I said, you can glue some little trinkets on the string after you've put all your goodies in. And that is a quick and easy pillow treat box. Make it any size you want without any templates, patterns, or SVG Cricut cutting files. So there we go. That's as easy to make one. Thank you so much for joining me today for this 13 Frights before Halloween. Check back with me tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time for the next 13 Frights before Halloween as we continue working on our large folio album. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.